Oh, wrong button. Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between, welcome to the stream. It is Tuesday. We are back. It has been a weekend. Oh my God, did we get some stuff done? Friday was, what did we do on Friday? I can't even remember. Saturday was a whole heap of gardening, all sorts of stuff. We did, got the lemon tree uh, back up, put a whole heap of fertilizer around it. Now we've got even more lemons. We're going to have even more lemons than we ever had before. Uh, did some IRL power wash simulator. Doing some more work on cleaning up the driveway here. Um, IRL power wash simulator. um, what else? That was surprisingly satisfying. That really was. Anyway, Sunday did a heap of sword fighting, did some blacksmithing. Did a heap of blacksmithing. Got well, it wasn't technically blacksmithing. It was maintenance. One of my swords had the tang part of the tang had snapped. The tang is the bit of metal in the handle. For those who don't know, so I was welding that back together. And I'm really quite proud of this because I'm getting better at it. So obviously when you heat up metal, you mess with the structure of the metal. It's part of the tempering process is, you heat it up to a certain temperature, then you quench it and it makes it nice and, hard, and it can take an edge and stuff like that. So the but when you heat it again, you can mess with that. But the tang doesn't really matter because you can heat that up. So getting the welder in there, doing the weld, getting it done. But as the heat transfers through the metal, you get a nice pretty little rainbow of colors because the heat, the oxidization on the metal happens, different things happen, different chemical reactions happen at different temperatures. So you get a nice little rainbow from straw through all this. But I'm getting that color differentiation, and after that color differentiation means that it hasn't gotten hot enough to do anything to the metal. And I'm getting that color differential like under a centimeter away from the weld. And I know it doesn't sound like much, but for me, it's a really big thing that I'm being able to do these good welds at a speed. They're a good weld. They're done at speed, and it's less likely to affect the rest of the sword. That's a really big step forward. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. That said, and yesterday was, what was yesterday? Oh, yesterday was a heap of prep for the Parlia stream tomorrow night, and some blacksmithing. Did some more blacksmithing. Got a nice little diamond grind. What's called a diamond grind. Doing a nice piece. We'll see. I will put photos up of that. We got some photos also of the weekend. We got some photos of the new box for Fenris, my mod sword, my special mod sword. So they will be, hopefully, we'll get them from the guy who did the photography, from the person, sorry, who did the photography shortly. When we do, they'll be going up on Insta, so keep your eye out for that as we go along as well. Today we are going to be continuing with Strange Antiquities. We might get through it today. We might not. We'll see how we go with that. We'll definitely get to an ending. I will be, for those who are watching that saw the strange horticulture, I will be doing the Just the Ending stream at some point. Obviously, having to play through the game several times to get all the endings is a thing. So when I get to that point, I will publish just the endings, the same as I did for Strange Horticulture, regardless of when we finish. So if we finish today, so be it. If we finish next week, so be it. There will then, sometime after that, there will be a YouTube special of just the endings. So, day 11. Where are we up to? Sorry, that just sounded almost like a gunshot. Not quite right, though. No one's yelling and screaming, I suppose. Anyway, alright, let's continue with Strange Antiquities. Hey, buddy. Now, it's an interesting thing. And I'm wondering. So, there is a trophy that says, put the mask on Jupiter. And there is a plushie picture of Jupiter with, I think, this mask on. So we're going to see what happens. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. I was really nervous then. Yep, there you go. That was the trophy. Put the mask on Jupiter. Okay. Well, we are now officially 50% through the achievements. Oops. That's kind of creepy. Right. Which is that mask? That mask is the Holgen Grim. What does the Holgen Grim do? Ah! Worn by priest of Holgar, very sacrament to ask for his protection. Wolfsong's truth, path of the warrior to help the dead find their way. Yeah, okay. Well, you know, cats are halfway in. End day. End of day 11. The rider was lucky. He made it to Back Barrow and found a refuge there and was nursed back to health. He would later discover his left eye was permanently blackened, like his partner's eyes had been. I think for those, I might just do a reading of that in the just the endings section. Whoop. What is this going to be? Oh, okay. Maybe an amulet? To my left, the day. To my right, the night. Okay. Maybe that's down in the catacombs? To my left, the day. To my right, the night. Don't think that counts. Ah, there we go. To my right, the day. To my left, the night. No. Wait. To my left, the day. To my right, the night. Okay, yes. That's the one. Find the row of 3 tombs in the upper levels of the catacombs. The cool darkness is strangely calming at times down here, and I sit for a while in quiet contemplation. When I rouse from my thoughts, I look down at my feet and find an item there. Had it been there all along, I never noticed it when I sat down. Okay. Ooh. Well, that's the protection symbol. Let's remove the protection. Hell yeah. Right, so gold, wood, oak, if I'm not mistaken. Feels a little warmer than I would expect. Hard but smooth. It makes a soft tinkling sound when it moves. Nothing to remark. Okay. Hey, Dave. I've been hearing a worrying rumor about Verona Green. They're saying she drowned in the lake. I hope for all our sakes they're wrong. Who was Verona? Which one was Verona Green? Simone Green. Yeah, so that was her sister. Oh no, that's Verona. Wait. Simone Green. Oh! So Verona Green is the occult scholar. Day 2, day 3, day 6, day 7, day 8, day 9. We've seen her a few times. Okay. According to family legend, an ancestor of mine hid an item of thaumic significance in his burial chamber. It has never been found, but not for lack of trying. I was tempted to search for it myself until I learned that it was in the catacombs, in a place known as the Hall of Shields. Perhaps it's better to leave it to those who know what they're doing. Regards, MBM. Okay. Hall of Shields. In the catacombs, known as the Hall of Shields. That would be that one. As I descend further into the catacombs, a strange sensation overcomes me. It is not fear, although fear is mixed in with it. With cold clarity, I know at once what it is. I have entered an area known as the Depths, a place where few have been and fewer have returned from. Not even Paliants can clear the air here and render it safe to breathe, but there is a way. Slate miners inhale the vapors produced by a spirit called a wandering shroud. They say it invigorates their senses and stays the mind rot that would otherwise consume them. It would be dangerous to continue exploring down there without following their lead. Alright, do I have a wandering shroud? I do not. No. Wandering Shroud, a shield charm or a spirit vault? Pretty sure I've got a shield charm. I do have a shield charm. Right. Let's see what let's see if we can get a shield charm. Oh, there it is. Right, let's see if that works. Nope. It's a wandering shroud. Alright. Spirit Bolt. I have it used to store a wandering shroud. Now that is meant to be this thing, but it doesn't have a thing in it. Oh, it did work. I've written to Barton Potter. He will know where to find a wandering shroud. Cool. Alright. Mr. Potter. Hey. I guess we wait for that letter then. Whoa, Nancy! I've done something quite stupid. I went exploring in Heathwood and came across a grave. It was overgrown with dark brambles, so I started to clear them to get a better look at the inscription. I wasn't as careful as I should have been. The thorns were thick and menacing, and I scratched my arm on one of them. I have not felt well since. Please help me. Seriously? That's it. That's what we're getting. Come on, guys. What is the clues for this? When exploring in Heathwood and came across a grave. It was overgrown with dark brambles. Thorns were thick and menacing. I scratched my arm on one of them. Okay. Looking for brambles. Disease, maybe? Have a vestige. Well, we have a vestiger, so we might try that. What a vestiger is. That's a vestiger. Let's try that. Nope. I do not want to have to read every entry in the book. Not disease. Knight of Thorns? The Knight of Thorns. Poison, maybe? You know what? Here to be cursed, should you consult the curse pamphlet. Okay, on curses. Black heart, the heart of the sufferer feels constricted as though it is clamped in a vice. Skin is pale and cold to the touch. Veins stand out darkly on the body. Eventually death will occur. Okay, so it's a black heart, maybe. Necrosis of the flesh, no pain, no, that's not it. Feel as though they were choking. No. Subject has the sensation of burning from the inside out. It is rarely survived, and those that do never fully recover. Poison of the mind. Nightmares. Blue tint to the eyes. I don't think so. Let's check. Well, she's got blue eyes. Does that count? Walking hallucinations. She doesn't seem to be having that. Alright, so I'm going to go with, it is with the black veins sticking out. It is... Oi! Black heart. The heart of the sufferer feels constricted as though it's clamped in a vice. Skin is pale and cold to the touch, and veins stand out darkly on the body. Eventually death will occur. Maybe. Can I... Nope. Can't zoom in on her. Alright, so... Black Heart. Let's see what Black Heart's got for us. Lamb's Siphon. Used to reverse the effects of Black Heart Curse, a skilled hand is required to perform the procedure, drawing the curse from the body over the course of several hours. The instrument is made using the dried seed pod of a sheep snap plant. Alright, I know which one that is. That is going to be... Oh, maybe I don't know what that one is. Where'd it go? Ah, there it is. Vertical part of the item clearly resembles the seed pod of a sheep snap. Okay, sure. Truth Conduit. These items are used by tricksters and swindlers to distort and deceive. They do not warrant the design of dark article that some want to apply to them, but they can be, and have been, used maliciously. The gentle sound they produce anchors the mind as the spell is woven, combines symbology with a deeper, more primitive power. Yeah, I reckon that's that one we just got. Alright, so that... Lamb's Siphon. That works. Thaddeus White. You don't know me, but it's time I introduced myself. I'm the creator of the Museum of History here in Undermere. Eli and I have a complicated relationship, don't all siblings? I don't tend to come by the shop much anymore, but I heard he had left town for a few days. I wanted to bring him this, but I know he'd only turn me away without even looking at it. Okay. Ooh. Gold wood and green gemstone. Ah! Hard, hard, and hard. Nothing to remark. Takes great effort to take my eyes away, to tear my eyes away. Yeah. Okay. Cool. That actually about, oh, do we not question that? Nice. Alright, well, that fix then. Oh, that's a pendant. Here you go. Actually, you can go up there. Cimmerian Green, Jupiter! Thank goodness you're safe. I was worried about you. I hope my mother is okay too. I've lost count of the amount of gossip I've heard about her misdeeds over the years. Truth is, when she gets stuck into a mystery, she's been known to disappear for days at a time. In the meantime, I believe I've found another clue in the journal. The text directly before this is largely illegible, but I was able to make out a reference to a vault of some kind. Three resonant objects, lightest first, heaviest last. Well, that doesn't help. Francesca, how you doing? I got a fright when I brought the body of that poor drowned woman to me with those lifeless black eyes. I thought for sure it was Verona at first. She does look like her, but we're quite certain it's a lady from Hawk's Head who went missing a few days ago. There's one thing I can't get out of my head though. Why would she try to swim across the lake? Why not? And in the meantime, Verona is still missing. I don't like to use thermic needles as a rule, but the circumstances are beyond the rulebook. We need answers. Thermic needle. Okay. Thermic needles are controversial items that are rarely used. They can reach into the mind of the recently deceased to give an impression of their thoughts before they died. Curiously, the weight of these tall items decreases when heated. Okay, so it's a tall item. So we're gonna need that. Oops. Assuming that's gonna heat it. Alright, did that get worse? No. Do I have any idea if that's even working? No. Call me. The mine? Yeah, that doesn't help. Oh, oi. Tall items decreases when heated. Okay. See, the problem is I don't know if I'm heating these things. Oops. Guess we just go through everything one by one and see. Do I know if this is actually, heating the objects? No, I do not. Well, lads, I'm going to say you're getting a bit too cryptic today. That, and we don't know. I don't even know if I'm heating up with, waving the candle around it, but... May as well, right? We're at that point. The giant cup. The giant cup is the thermic needle. I think I've got that. I got nothing in there. Did that one. Thermic needle is a box. done those, done this one. Alright, well, nothing. Let's take a hint. I have a clue that tells me which items I need to put on the plinth below the counter. What the... Oh, God, seriously? Three resonant objects. Okay. What are the resonant objects? Resonant compass will point towards nearby resonant objects. The objects that can be the only objects that can be detected this way. Resonant objects are highly prized. Right, so 3 resonant objects. I know where the... So that little compass. So that is going to be the resonant object. Alright, so that is a resonance compass. Resonance compass, yes. That is a resonance item. That is a resonance item. I don't know if the compass counts, but... Is it the Elvis stone? Yep. It's the Elvis stone. Alright. So we've got... What was the clue? Lightest first, heaviest last. Okay, so they are our 3 items. That is very heavy. Ooh. Yeah, that's about even. So, lightest first, heaviest last. So that will mean you. Oh, that's a thing. That was a clue somewhere. How have I not got that one? Huh, okay. There was a thing that had that motif on it. Where was it? I thought there was. Ah, crap. Oh, phew. Let me back in. Excellent. And it reset it. That was very nice of it. Okay. Maybe it's one of the people. Ooh. What does that do? Okay. Oh crap. Stop doing that. Oh, wait a minute. Didn't reset it. That's okay though. I'm wondering if the star constellations are anything to do. Don't know that the stars actually changed. No, they didn't. It's not that. Doesn't appear that anything. Be that. It's got to be something round. The amount of combinations that could be. Just off the chart. Don't think there's anything in symbology for that. Nope. Gems won't help. Curses won't help. Moon in the center of the vault must be a clue. Have I seen that somewhere in my shop? Well, yes. That doesn't help. There's a button on the clock that turns the face around to show a moon. That must be the key to opening this vault. If I pull on the clock pendulum and cycle through different phases of the moon, I should see what happens if I match it up in the moon's stained glass window. Yeah, think. With the moon on the clock displaying the same as the moon in the window, the clock hands point to the solution. Oh. Jeez, okay. I would not have got. I do not think I would have got that. Well, we got most of the way through it, I suppose. Alright, filmic needle. Wait, where's the doodad gone? Ah, there it is. Let's see if this gets... Oh, yeah. Should probably put a weight on there. Nothing. Meant to get lighter, right? So how do you heat it up? Why do these tall items decreases when heated? Well, don't know how we're meant to do it, but here we go. Let's see if this is it. Nope. Okay. Yeah, that doesn't help. Yes, those. Below a moon that does not shine, there is no mark upon my shrine. In the dark, but not alone, my neighbour bears a cross of stone. I thought I'd done that one. Below a moon that does not shine. My neighbour bears a cross of stone. Maybe that one. There is no moon. Maybe that one? Yep, there it is. Find a blank tombstone without too much trouble, but there is nothing else here. Feeling foolish, I begin to make my way back to the surface when suddenly I see it tucked away in a natural crack in the wall, a stone totem. This is what I came for. Get lighter when heated? Guess not. You can use the thermic lens in the desk to find items that have field patterns matching the note. I know. I can use the thermic lens to find out. Yes, I know. Oh, the curator was the last person. Look at that. Thaddeus White. As the curator of Undermere's Museum of History, Thaddeus is a collector of artifacts and curiosities from around the world. He has an eye for the rare and the unusual and enjoys telling the world's unheard stories through his collections. Over the years, he has also amassed a collection of items that he does not put on display. These are items that it would be best the public did not know about. They are known as dark articles. Well, there we go. That's everyone. Where the shit is this thermic needle? Alright. That's it. We're going for actual hints. Okay, so according to this, we need to solve the note of the thermic fields, which done, but nothing happened. So it's 433. Four, three, three gives us the swirly. And 3, 1, 3 gives us the roundies. And then 1, 1, 1 gives us the... Okay, now what? Okay, so that has a... Alright. Let's turn all that off for a sec. Let's try this. Oh, well, that has a swirly. That has a DNA. That is one of those. Okay. That one is now solved. And holding the thing there did make it lighter. Alright, so we know that worked now. Oh my god. I should move my me. Let's move my me a little bit. There we go. So that is going to be a thermic needle. And I'm not dying. Tall item using my weighing scale. Yeah, okay. Loam, sometimes called the hand of Jupiter, or I read that as face palm, or a fire palm. A loam is an item with an enticing power. They can reverse the signs of aging, but anyone who has played that game knows it can only last so long before time catches up. And when it does, it often hits harder. I want to see the picture of that. A wooden ball. Painted like Jupiter. I don't think I've got one of those yet. No. You're a thermic needle, so that's fine. All getting very full. Alright. Audrey Bell is back. The people are afraid, and they are right to be, but it is too late for them. They are of no use to us, but you might be. Prove yourself, and perhaps Holgar will deem you worth saving. I require an object to steady my restless congregation and remind them why I am the one to lead us through this turbulent time. They respect strength and power above all else. Alright, Morgan's Folly. Folly symbol can be revealed to induce a trance-like state in anyone who casts their eye upon it, making them open to suggestibility. Precaution should be taken against unwittingly looking against the hidden symbol for too long. Alright. Or a Fortinance. Fortinance can enhance physical strength or restore strength that has been sapped, whether by exertion or by hex. They are made of stone or iron and usually take the form of a small totem. Fortinance. Made of stone or iron and usually take the form of a small totem. Okay. Can enhance physical strength. I feel stronger. Chills my blood. Gold and bronze, no. Bronze, no. Now we've done this one, but that's limestone. Nothing to remark. Takes great effort to tear my eyes away, but I don't think that's it. That sounds more like an avarice thing. Being watched. Done that. Okay. Made of gold. Use my blood. So nothing gives me a sense of ordnance. Alright, let's try Morgan's Folly. Folly symbol can be revealed to induce a trance-like state in anyone who casts their eyes upon it, making them open it. Precautions should be taken to against someone willingly looking on. Alright, that's crap. I'm looking for something with a hidden symbol. Yeah, good on you. Ordnance, this seems to be something that might make use of a symbol or a gemstone. I should check my books. Strength. That. Yep, physical strength. Okay. X with diamond above it. Oh, that could be Fortinance. Let's try that. go. Nice. Has the symbol of strength, and it is made of stone, but it doesn't give you any strength. Alright, that one. Tormund's Bane. These can be rolled along the tongue to cure Tormund's paralysis or worn about the neck to protect against the curse. Like most items that ward against curses, they emit a diurnic field pattern. Alright. So that was a Fortinance. Good enough. Alright. Wow. That was a bad figuring out day. End of day 12. The rider's partner was less fortunate. They found his frozen body a week later. Okay. I am marked by Jupiter. Okay. By Jupiter. Getting a little too cryptic, lads. Alright, Tin Jupiter is the number 2 is 21. Okay. Is there a 21 symbol somewhere? This might not be down here. This might be back in the cave. Not the cave, the this joint. Marked by Jupiter. It's kind of more like a fancy 4. But anyway, the mark of Jupiter on my map leads me to a square room on the ground floor. Other than an intriguing torn note there. Of course it's a torn note. There doesn't seem to be anything of interest until I notice that the bookshelf is mounted on a runner and can slide to one side. I push it and it glides easily, revealing a hidden recess in the wall behind it. Yep, there it is. Could that be the other half to the note? Let's find out. That's a double-headed snake. God damn it. Castle vaults are blocked by a diurnic seal. It can be opened by any object made from silver or gold that produces a diurnic field. Okay. That's a thormic field. It's a diurnic field. Oh, we're waiting for that guy, yep. Okay. Alright, Dionic seal, Dionic seal. Be opened by an object made from silver or gold that produces a Dionic field. 3 different elements that make the pit up allegedly represent the earth, the sun, and dead or darkness, the daedric, the Dionic, and the Noctic. I've got a fair idea what that might be. These energies balance in such a way that the objects do not produce a recognizable thermic field. They can be directed to emit powerful vibrations capable of cracking solid rock. Earth, sun, and death. Sun, no. What? Yeah, maybe this. Sun, gold. Sun and death. Sun is gold. Earth and death. Earth is a symbol, that doesn't help. Yeah, that's not gonna help. Yeah, anyway, what does a Dionic field look like? That doesn't help me at all. Yes, it does. Okay. That's Dionic. So...
Did IQs just drop sharply while I was away?
Yes. Yes, IQs really did just drop. How you doing, Nightmare? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. I am feeling very IQ low right now. I really am. So if that's Dionic... right. I need to make a note. The Dionic is... We've got the circle with the thing, and the circle, and the diamond. And the bigger circle up there, that's Dionic. Alright, so... jump out of that. Jump into that. And big one up top. Little one go in the middle. And then that. Okay, so that's a Dionic field. So one of my 3 doodaddy ones, what were they? That was you. Nope. Wait, so we want the... You were one of them. No, you weren't. But you were. Nope. Sure this was it. Obviously not. That's I cute. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Atomic needle, maybe? Nope. Nope. Okay, that is the shape we want. Right, that's the shape we want. Any object made from silver. Bronze. Poodles! Tin. Nope. Probably find a silver thing. Oh no, we just did that. Bronze. Oh, it could be any of these too. I think that's copper and gold, bronze and gold. Yep, no, that doesn't count. How you doing, Rach? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Something made of silver. Tarnished silver. Okay. Daedalus link. You. Ah! Nope. Bronze and iron. Slate. Nope. Now I've lost track of where we were. Well, that does have some silver in it. Wrong sort of field. And gold. I do, but currently I do barely. Kevin has not been home since Sunday, and I'm handling it poorly, as one would expect. Oh, shit! Okay. Has Kevin done this before? I've done all the things, including crawling on my stomach to the back under the house, just in case she's hurt and hiding, so we wait. Yeah, okay. No, it's very unusual behaviour for her. Ah, shit, Rach. Well, luck. Julie comes straight back in. Occasionally she'll gallivant for an hour or so, and rarely she'll stay out and get a talking to when she rocks up at 3 a.m. like nothing happened. She's never been gone this long before. Yeah, okay. It is what it is, and I'm trying to be fine, but you know, she's family and not knowing is hard. Oh yeah. Yeah. Issa's done it a couple of times to me. I know exactly where you're at. Well, I guess we don't have something that'll solve that just yet. Waiting for that. I don't know what that is. James Herschel. I can't say too much, but it has fallen to me to carry a secret that people would kill for, that people have killed for. It's a lot of weight to carry around in my head, and it's getting harder to bear around certain family members. It occurred to me that it would be safer in an ecumenical. Okay. Well, we'll try and distract you with a bit of me going nuts playing this game. Ecumenical. Ecumenical is a receptacle commonly featuring a memento mori that acts as an aid to recollection. A memory cannot reside in both the mind and the ecumenical at the same time, and it cannot be stored indefinitely. When a memory has been left for long periods, it can begin to emit unpleasant vapors. An empty ecumenical, on the other hand, has an ominous presence pulling at the threads of one's mind. There was something over here that gave me an tickling in the back of my head. Well, I'm gonna go with it. That kind of fits the bill with the skull and the thing and the... Nope, that's not it. Being watched, that is not it. means I can't look away. Right, thingy, I like being here. I'm trying just to be normal because I was a zombie wreck most of yesterday. I went to work, but I have no idea what I did there. Yeah. That will do it. Chills my blood. An unpleasant sensation in the back of my skull. I reckon it might be that one. Hey, nice. That's the one. There's an hourglass motif on the box, a memento mori. I'm an idiot. I was hyper-focused on the wrong thing. On closer inspection, it produces an unpleasant sensation suggesting it is empty. Okay, shadow anchor. A shadow anchor is sometimes used in the practice of shadow casting, the art of projecting one's presence outside the body. Without an anchor, minds have been known to become lost. Shadow anchor designs can vary greatly. Some prefer pendants, whereas others prefer to clutch a totem in their hand. Some make use of symbology, where others use gemstones. Oh, great, so it uses everything. They will always produce a field from the individual branch, however. Sure. Okay, that's that one. Now, that thing was a ecumenical. Ta-da! Reach, it's just nice to know people understand I'm not completely crazy. Yeah. Yep. Have you checked with local council in case she's been picked up by, like, the animal catcher? Oh, sorry, buddy. People are getting restless. The followers of Holgar have been marching through the streets with that crazed priest at their head. Not long ago, that sort of behaviour wouldn't have been tolerated in Undermere. Now there are people joining in. Yes, well, I may have given them a doodad. Right, she's microchipped, so if the pound or vet had her, they'd call. Yeah, right. In answer to your question, yes, it is possible to capture a wandering shroud. To the north of town, if you follow the little stream up through the woods, you'll come out on a hilltop that was clearly of some ancient significance. It is not uncommon to see a wandering shrouds there. Be patient, be still, and they will come. Your friend Barton. Okay, so... oh, that's the wrong... want that one. To the north of town... hang on, it's north. North is straight up, good. If you follow the little stream... okay, that doesn't help. Through the woods... oh, okay. Wyatt Beck, maybe. If you follow the little stream through the woods, you'll come out at a hilltop that was clearly of some ancient significance. the barrows? Well, a barrow is a... Yep. After a pleasant long walk along the beck, I reach a series of grassy mounds, the barrows. Whoever is buried in them must have been important in their time. If I am to collect what I come for, I will need to be prepared. Spirit Vault. I think, pretty sure Spirit Vault is where we capture... Receptacle used to store a wandering shroud. Yes, excellent. I sit and wait quietly and patiently, not certain exactly what I'm looking for. For some time nothing happens, and then, long after my mind has drifted towards a warm fire and a hearty supper, I notice a movement in the corner of my eye. A strange thin mist has formed near one of the barrows. It seems to produce a sort of dark light, a contradiction that my eyes have trouble perceiving clearly. The ethereal creature, for surely this is a creature of some kind, ambles towards the vault that I have left out for this purpose, and I daren't breathe as it slowly nestles itself within the receptacle. Okay. And go smash that person. And that person. Rage! Gonna make a coffee and a snack. It's always the way. Rach wanders off for a coffee and a snack, and boom. Damn, look at that spam go! Oh, you can't even see them? Huh. Okay. Well, we'll have to deal with that in a minute. We have a spirit receptacle now. That's done. That'll go in wherever that drawer is. I can never find that weird drawer. Comic significant barrel chamber has never been found. I was tempted to catacombs from a Hall of Shields. Right, so we're going to the Hall of Shields in the catacombs, which was that one. Be dangerous to continue exploring. Let's get that in there. Hey. Wait a minute. I breathe deeply from the spirit vault and it clears my mind. I don't care to linger too long down here, but I forge on until I reach the unmistakable Hall of Shields. A stone sarcophagus. Oh, it appears to be someone I already restricted. Yeah, right. All banned. Thanks, Rach. You rock. A stone sarcophagus sits on a raised portion of rock in the center of the cavern. I hold the torch close to better see the inscription on the side of the tomb. It reads, "The sun's light will reveal my gift." Mystified, I cast my eye up to the walls of the cavern and search the shields for some other clue, but nothing stands out. Okay. Sun's light will reveal my gift. kit or a sun bond? What is a sun bond? Small and designed to be carried discreetly, made of non-precious metal, some kind of gemstone or light. They carry the warmth and light of the sun. Alright, let's find where we've put the sun bond. Have it. Sun bomb banishes the darkness in an instant, half blinding my gloom-adjusted eyes and bringing summer's warmth to the cold cavern. Blinking and squinting, I notice that one of the shields in particular is glowing bright in the bright light. I reach up and pull the shield down to reveal a small cavity hewn into the rock behind it. Inside is a blood-red urn. Ooh. Item discovered. Alright, well, we are running out of drawers. That's nice. Still don't know what we're meant to do with this. Wait a minute. No, yeah. Okay, so that's a dionic field pattern. That is a dionic field pattern, which is the one, okay. What are you made of? Find it unsettling, the eyes seem to pierce my soul. Ooh. Warm and smooth. Red clay. Okay. Oops. Oh, sorry, Jupiter. I keep forgetting to pat Jupiter today. What's going on? I got to thinking after I left earlier, transferring this secret to an ecumenical only adds an extra step. Yes, it's safer than walking around with it in my head, but I would know where to find it. What I really need is a truth conduit so I can deceive them into thinking I know nothing at all. Alright, what is a truth conduit? These items are used by tricksters and swindlers to distort and deceive. They do not warrant the designation of dark article. Oi. Okay. That some want to apply to them, but they can be, and have been, used maliciously. The gentle sound they produce in the anchors of the mind as the spell is woven, combining symbology with a deeper, more primitive power. Well, that's the symbol for protection. I think that's this. But I'm just going to double check the symbology of that. Oh, that's not protection. Alright. What is the symbol then? Huh. It is the X thing. Did I just miss it? Probably. Deception. Yep, there it is. Alright, so you are going to be the truth conduit. We haven't had a lot of luck naming them first, but here we go. Nice. Symbol of deception reveals the gentle sound. Excellent. Abrasive mether. This type of mether is used to purge unwanted memories. As with any procedure that can alter the mind, it should be used sparingly and considerately. Methers are typically used in communal ceremonies designed to be easily passed from person to person. Damn, we are running out of room for the objects. Gonna have to go over into Pendant Land soon. Alright. Evelyn Bennett. I have never felt more tired or more devoid of life. An apathy has settled in my bones, and I do not seem to be able to shift. But while I still have breath in my lungs, I will not succumb without a fight. By the grace of Grey, I will find a way forward. God. Okay. Tired or devoid of life? No. Braxis. No. 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 Okay, so it's not a curse. Maybe. Tired or devoid of life? That's got to be a curse. Poison of the mind? Maybe. Speak of increasingly vivid nightmares? No. Marked by a blue tint to the eyes. Waking hallucinations? No. Well, she can talk to me, so it's not that. No blue tint to the eyes. Okay. Morgan's insanity, maybe? No burning sensation. Did she say anything about choking? Just devoid of life. Okay. Grace of... Alright, let's see what we've got. There, a Grace of Grey. Nope. No Grace, no Grey. Nope. Grey's Grace. What's this? One to dispel melancholy. Okay. So let's try a Grey's Grace. Using the index, I can find a sketch of a shadow catcher design in my book. Closer inspection reveals that it does indeed dispel melancholy. Sure. Barton Potter. I've had a tip-off, darling, about something exciting. Have you come across the so-called nameless gods? Did you also know that the tall stones that you sometimes find in high places were once doorways of kind? And here's the exciting part, an inscription has appeared on the stone that sits atop Wetherellum. This is where you come in. I'm confident that a pit will open the doorway. The other option is Babelia to read the inscription. But they say that if you read the language of the nameless gods, you become cursed, which I can't say I like the sound of. I'm leaning towards a more direct approach, but then again, that could be dangerous too. There's lots of choices going on. Alright, so I'm thinking this is a pit. Three different elements that make up a pit allegedly represent the earth, the sun, and death, or darkness, the daedric, the diurnic, and the noctic. These energies balance in a way, thormic field, and stuff. Actually, hang on a minute. No, that's the wrong one. Alright, I reckon that's a pit, so let's just give him a pit. No. That was neither a pit nor a Babelia. Oops. Okay. What's a Babelia then? Meaning of the unusual markings on a Babelia is not clear. They resemble a mentic field pattern, but the items themselves do not produce a mentic field. They can be used to aid with translation of foreign texts, although they require some skill to make full use of. This ability does not transfer to spoken language. So that one maybe? Nope. I thought all those symbols would be it, but nope. Guess not. Right, well, we don't have... Gold is for the sun, so it's got to have something to do with gold, but there's no... Gold is the sun, but there's no earth or death. There's something... Oh, death is a... Oh, hang on a minute. Gems. Yeah, we know that. Ah! God damn it. Dark purposes. Earth and nature. So green stone. And a dark blue-green. The dark blue-green. Hang on. So dark blue-green. Which is a Vivianite. So that's death. Yes, death. Where was Earth? So jade, which is just green. That's Earth. Amber. Yellow. That's sun. So, do we have something with that in it? No. So it looks like we're not going to get a pit. Three different elements that make up a pit allegedly represent the earth, the sun, and death. Suppose we could do gold for something that's gold, and then a dark blue-green and a green gem. See, I'd still go for that one, but it's bronze. It's not made of gold. Okay. Yeah, not getting anything out of that. Alright, Babelia. Unusual markings. Mentic field. What is a mentic field? Alright, which one is a mentic field? A mentic is circle. Circle top and bottom with a big top, little bottom. Big top, little bottom. Dime. Alright, so that is a mentic field. Yep. I think. Yes. Alright. So that is a mentic field. Can be used. The meaning of the unusual markings on the Babelia. It's not clear. They resemble a mentic field pattern, but the items themselves do not protect the field. Alright, so we're looking at something that has... Aha! Maybe that one? But does not produce a mentic field. Alright. That's a definite maybe. Going to be rolling dice if I get this wrong. Alright, we're going to go with this one as a Babelia. Nice. Design on the item resembles a mentic field pattern. Excellent. Thank you. I hope this works. Here is a token of my appreciation, something for you to ponder over. Ooh. Now that. Oh, yellow sandstone. Alright, we'll have a look at that in a minute. Now, that is a Babelia. Babelia. And you go up there. Nice. Okay, so this bad boy. What do you give us? You give us a... Ooh. Give us a... Dianic. Wait a minute. Which one was Dianic? Dianic was... that one, I think? Triangle, small, big. Small, big, diamond. Oh, wait. Big, small diamond. Small diamond, yes. That field? Give us that field. Yes, you do. Alright. Silver or gold? Yellow sandstone. Probably not then. Poodles. End of day. With dreams of earning his fortune long banished from his mind, the man brought the casket to a trusted friend, the curator of a museum in Undermere. Together they looked for answers. In a sword, they found answers. I am buried with the Knight of Thorns. Day 14. Alright, well, that's the 2 hour mark. I need to reload the caffeine. So I'm going to take a short break. Is it wrong that I just want to play with the cat's tail? Going to take a short break. We're going to something. Oh yeah, we're going to play some ads. Feel free to ignore them. That's just getting rid of the pre-rolls, and then we'll be back for the second half of the stream. So, oh, wait a minute. There was a thing there. Woo, caffeine! You need to hang washing out? Cool. Right, so I'm going to go do that. We're going to get ready to play some ads, and I'll be back. And we're back. Alright, I'm buried with the Knight of Thorns. Alright, so buried, we're going into the catacombs. There is a knight there. That's the Shield Knight. Oh, hang on a minute. Wait a minute. Let's go to the castle for a sec. Maybe not. That's the Knight of Shields. Where is the Knight of Thorns? I mean, it could be that guy, I guess, but... Right. They're a symbol for thorns or knights. Nope. Okay. Buried with the Knight of Thorns. Could go see that guy, but... Wait. Symbol is a sword. Is there a sword? Swordy sword? Don't know what that is yet, but... Knight of Thorns. He's got a sword. Okay. Well... The tomb of the Knight of Thorns resides alongside an ossuary filled with the unknown dead from the Battle of Souther Fell. It is an unpleasant place that I do not plan to linger in. It was the sword. Happily, I'm able to find the item I came for without any difficulty, and I quickly leave and I don't look back until I'm out in the bright day once more. Ooh. Okay. What, pray tell, are you? Stone, gold, stone. Heap of symbols. Rough and pitted, smooth, engraved, detailing. Smells like stone. I feel a feeling of disquiet lances through my body. Okay. You are very disquieting. Cause we're running out of space. At Jupiter, so they don't get freaked out. Thomas Pope. G'day, Tom. I've noticed that some people claim not to fear death. They say that dying scares them, but not death itself. Fair. Not me. Not the great Thomas Pope. Give me pain, give me fear. If I can feel, then I know I am alive. Going back to the nothingness, that's what I fear. Going back to it, eh? I'm going to do my best to live forever, starting today with a Loam. Okay. Let's have a look at a Loam. Damn, we have to... Yeah, wow, okay. Loam. Where are you, Loam? Someone called a Hand of Jupiter or a Fire Palm. A Loam is an item with an enticing power. They can reverse the signs of aging, but no one knows how to play the game. Hand of Jupiter or a Fire Palm. Alright, so let's have a look. I mean, sure. Alright, so let's see. What have we got in regard to... not that one. Jupiter... Tin. Okay. So we're good. We've got a tin hand. No gems on it, so no particular symbology, maybe. fire is just a triangle, which that is a triangle. Tin is for Jupiter, triangle is for fire. Is that a loam? Yes, it is. Features a hand in its design, is made of tin, the planetary metal associated with Jupiter, and features a triangle. Nice. Cassander. The eyes of a Cassander focus the power of the mind, enabling those skilled enough to see the path or paths ahead. These items do not produce a mentic field, as one might expect, but rather the more mysterious selenic. I've got to check that thing for fields. Care should always be taken with any object of prophecy, and these are no different. Many have been seduced or driven mad by the paths shown to them, and have been led to ruin. Right, so, wait a minute. You were stone. Yes, you were stone. That's fine. You are a low-em. Cha-ching. Wait, that's an idea. Hang on a minute. If we got the resonance compass. Oh, it is correctly identified. Excellent. Hang on a minute. In that case, is the spirit eye identified? No. Okay. What if I take the question mark out? No. Okay. No. Alright, okay. I guess you've got to use it for its intended purpose? Putting that question mark back in so I know. Agnes Dent, mother of Arthur Dent. There has been an unexpected death in the family. It has hit all of us quite hard, but particularly my husband. I would like to gift him a heart chamber. Alright, here is a pig's valve. Heart chamber. Oh god! Hulgar wielding his twin axes, Wolfsong and Fearbringer. Okay, heart chamber. There is a vast skull in the catacombs, said to be that of the beast Blencathra. Right. Oh, wow. Yeah, I know, right? You hope the song is helping? Okay. That's quite a gift. Here, have a pig's heart. Yeah, right. Well, they want a heart chamber. There is a vast skull in the catacombs, said to be that of the beast Blencathra. Holgar's followers believe that when he slew it, he trapped its soul, along with its power, in an item known as the Wraith Chamber. My heart chambers are based on this mythical object, but they have morphed over time into a way to keep those dear to us close to heart after death. Alright, so we'll have a little explore real quick. So that's the thing. That's the beastie. Which kinda which kinda looks like nothing we've got. Okay, so... oh, maybe that. Because that... the Holgar's mask is that. Then a reminder of death with the Holgar's thing on it. Maybe? Maybe that's a heart chamber? Have morphed over time in a way to keep those near and dear after death. So I'm going to go with that's a Holgar mask with the coffin for death. That's going to be a heart chamber. Boom! This item appears in the sketch. Oh, it appears in the sketch. Whoops. It bears the sigil that resembles Holgar's. It appear well. Braic Charm. A powerful A powerful item that offers hope in times of worry, protection in times of darkness, and wisdom in times of uncertainty. It wields the power of the maiden, the mother, and the crone, the Wiccan triple goddess. Oh, geez, there it is. Yep, look at that. Boom. Okay. So you were a, what did we say it was? That was a heart chamber. You shall be named Heart Chamber. You shall be a capital H. Yeah. Sorry about that. That's right. It was just something weird on my mouse. Right, so heart chamber done. Or were you unaware of your singing as you were sorting? It was lovely. Whoops. Do 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 do. Yes, I was unaware. Edmund. I suddenly remembered this note that I found some time ago, and it occurred to me that I should have given it to you when I gave you the map. Okay. The wording is very similar to that note on the map. It always intrigued me, but I never did work out what it meant. Okay. Blessings in spring, rising in autumn. Okay, so spring is a leaf, autumn is an acorn. Do we have a leaf or an acorn symbol on here? We do not. I think that was the guy. Hang on a minute. Hey guy! Edmund Bishop, 14th Lord of Gleeson Castle. Yes, okay. So, that is definitely Gleeson Castle. No leaf or acorn symbol. Blessings in spring, rising in autumn. Okay. Summer and winter. A wheel and a star. Nothing. Nothing that even combines the two. Mars in winter, rising in summer. Okay. What about blessings? Alright, is there a blessings symbol? Yes. Okay, there we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Blessings in spring. Mars in winter. Where's Mars? Hey. Mars, 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 Mars. Is the male symbol. Okay. So we've got blessings in spring, rising in autumn. So that's blessings. Mars in winter, rising in summer. Okay. Neat hedgerows, warm pillar frames. Any sound otherwise quiet courtyard, there's no reason to linger. Grand staircase spirals on and upward both sides, flanked by portraits of noble faces with hollow eyes that seem to follow my every step. Nothing here. Oh, sugar. Alright, that upped my little, that upped me a little bit. Let's have a look at just one more. I should not have come here. Oops. Yep, that's building my insanity for the day by getting these wrong. But don't know what they are. There's nothing else written on the map. Blessings in spring, rising in autumn. So that's blessings. Mars in winter, rising in summer. Two risings. Is there a symbol for rising? I'm not going to hold my breath for this, but... Nope. Alright, well, maybe we don't have enough clues for that yet. Okay, do we get a hint? I could ring the bell to call in a customer. Ha! Yes, I know that. Thaddeus White. Something isn't right at the museum. I'm worried it's all my fault. I'd hoped my brother would be back by now. I've had an idea, though. I'm no thaumaturge, but I think I can weaken it using a witherance. Oh dear me, this had better work. Alright, let's see what a witherance is. Oops. A witherance is the inverse of a fortinance, and is sometimes put to more malicious use. It can be crafted from stone like the fortinance, but wood is more commonly used. Okay, so what's a fortinance? I know we just did it, but... okay. Which one was the fortinance? Okay, so that's the fortinance. And that's got the symbol for... strength, I think it was? Yep, strength. Is it, oh, there is a symbol for weakness. It is an upside down triangle with a line through it. Upside down triangle with a line through it. Where did you go? There's an upside down triangle, but not with a line through it. Feeling of disquiet? Maybe. Okay, so what is that symbol? That symbol is confusion? Yes. I'm confused. Yeah, that is definitely the symbol for confusion. Okay. Everybody's confused. Oh, yeah. Everyone is confused. Crafted from stone, but like the fortnance, but wood is more commonly used. Okay. Hmm. Okay. That was the wrong button. Away with you. Now what a fortnance does, it gives you strength. Yes, causes weakness. Oh, hang on a minute. Nothing to remark. Nothing to remark. To remark. Trying to pierce my soul. Chilling my blood is not weakness. Right, and I don't have anything with the symbol of weakness on it. That's the problem. Oop. Wait a minute. How do I... Crap. Aha! That's not the symbol. Poodles. Nope. Yeah, but that's an amber. Hang on a minute. Okay, if this... Oh, God. That is pretty much the only thing that I've got the symbol of weakness on. If something can be more than one thing, I'm going to be pissed. Shit. Okay. So this is an amber and a witherance. Alright, hang on. Let's... Alright, this... Hang on. Did I mislabel the amber? Don't think I did. Nope. Oh, hang on a minute. Did I? Oh, did I mislabel that? Oh, I may have picked up the wrong one. Alright, hang on a sec. Mental fog, slow to work, requiring several hours. Through prolonged use, they can have caught the whites of your eyes turn black and then, yeah, sure, but... what's that symbol? That symbol is... confusion. I did. Gosh. Right, okay. I am a Dilbert. So what I've done is I've accidentally named that is the Witherance and that is the Ambra. I picked up the wrong one. Because that's the symbol for confusion and Ambra causes confusion. Uh-huh. Oh well. So that was my own mislabeling fault. Rach, I have sisters inbound, so I'll be in and out. Apparently we do lunch on Tuesdays and I'm not mad about it. It's nice to hang. Further confusion averted. Whoops, crap. Don't do that. No. There we go. Alright, next customer. Jacob Priestley. Obi-Wan. My mind is severed. Need meth here. My mind is severed and need a meth here. Alright, where is meth there? Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Solemn meth there. 3 types of meth here. Solemn variety is considered the most powerful. Wait. Okay, meth there. Abrasive, restful, and solemn. Alright. Permits the drinker to forge pathways in the mind to recall that which has been forgotten or to repair that which is broken. It will produce a noticeably stronger thaumic field than the other 2. Right, so hang on. Where are the other methods? I reckon they're the cups. Press the correct button, Ulrich. Oh wait. Abrasive method. No, we haven't got that one. Method. Restful method. Right, that was one of the cups. Okay. So, what does the abrasive method do? Type of method is used to purge unwanted memories. As with any procedure that can alter the mind, should be used sparingly and considerately. Methods are typically used in communal ceremonies. Blah, blah. Mind is severed. I'm thinking that is going to be the other method. Solemn method. 3 types. Solemn variety is considered the most powerful. Drink it to forge pathways of the mind. Yep. Okay, so produce a noticeably stronger thormic field than the other 2 types. Alright. Right, let's just bring you 2 down onto here. That's fine. Oh, pretty. Oh. Yeah, right. So that one is going to be the solemn method. That's going to be... Oh, wait. Yes. Solemn method. Which means that one will be the abrasive method. Method, I think it is. Method. Alright, let's give this guy a solemn method and see what happens. Nice. Wixic cord. Despite the name, these simple looking items do not produce a Wixic field. They belong to the diurnal branch. Sure, they cause a freezing effect in the body, earning the nickname Medusa's stones. Fortunately, this effect is not permanent. Alright, so that is definitely a solemn method. Did that then identify the other one? Where's the other method? Oh, that I spelt it wrong on that too. Alright, bit of reorg required. Wait a minute. Did it give us the abrasive? No, it did not, but it did give us the solemn. Yep, okay. So that maintains a question mark in theory. However, that one is now identified. You can go up there. Good enough. Alright, that'll do for now. Francesca Robertson. I've discovered something via the thaumatic needle. The woman who tried to swim across the lake was compelled to do so by some invisible force. She was looking for something, and whatever it is, it's right here in Undermere. That's not all. I decided to experiment with the Ambra. When I was under its spell, I heard whispers. Something was calling to me, and it left me feeling terribly afraid. This must be what's keeping my patients in their trance-like state. I've never used a Gaudian siren before, but it occurred to me that I might be able to use it to drown out the whispers. Okay. Whoa. Display of Gaudian objects in the Museum of History in Undermere. That looks interesting. Although these are similar in form to thermic needles, Gaudian sirens serve a very different purpose. They create a strong compulsion, like a siren's call, that can be used to divert attention. I'm saying it's this one. There we go. Nice. Item appears in the sketch of the cabinet, is an obelisk shaped like the thermic needle. Closer inspection reveals a attention-demanding power. Golden. These items produce an invisible light that... Carrick's candle. These items produce an invisible light that peels back the years, allowing a glimpse into the past. The effect is often murky and blurred, but it works passably on stationary objects. They are marked by a depiction of a candle upon their surface. Okay. What were you? You were a Gaudian siren. And, guess we're kinda, let's take you over there. I should find out what that symbol is of. So, big diamond, little diamond. Hypnosis. Alright. That is the symbol for hypnosis. End of day. End of day 14. Curator learned that the Naline casket is a dark article. A class reserved for the most cursed and the most dangerous of objects. He locked it away deep within the museum's archives, along with other such artifacts that are best kept from public eyes. An axe? I'd like to axe you a question. I'm under the barn where the axe meets the tree. Okay. Well, let's do regular explore first. Under the barn. Royston Farm in 30. Maybe not. There a barn? Where the axe meets the trees. Royston Farm kinda says barn to me, but you know. Greywick Farm up there. Tiger! Welcome to the chat, welcome to the stream. I'm lurking and working furiously. Just wanted to say I love you both, and I'm sorry to hear Kevin has disappeared. I hope she comes back safely very soon. I'll keep positive thoughts in my heart for her. Yeah, absolutely, Tiger. Axe meets the tree. Not singing barn or axe or tree or anything. These guys have gotten way too cryptic for their own good. Nothing in that. It's going to be any good to us. Under the barn where the axe meets the tree. Under the barn where the axe meets the tree. This is just what the shit, dude. Alright, so Royston Farm. 30. Royston Farm is a warm and welcoming its owner John. He greets me with a grin and a handshake, always eager to share a story or two about the land. I asked him to let me know if he ever finds anything unusual and leave him to his business. Alright, so that wasn't it. The only other place with a barn would be Greywick Farm. I think. Scent of damp hay lingers in the air as crows pick at the muddy ground between weathered stone barns. Farmer lists his gaze briefly, offering little more than a nod before turning back to his work. I don't think I'll find anything useful here. Well, at least that one had a barn. Okay. Oh, hang on a minute. Where the axe meets the tree. Woodcutter's Lane. Stockside Rock. Pine Road. Maybe. There you go. To the side of the house sits a dilapidated barn. The stench of manure is overpowering. There is no sign of an owner, so I search carefully, not sure exactly what I'm looking for. Suddenly I spy a flash of blue, a bottle. This is it. A blue bottle. Okay. With some interesting symbology. Nothing to remark. Because that is the symbol for one of the seasons, I think. Gives off a scent of, like that of a brewing storm. Full and smooth. Blue painted porcelain. Okay. Poof! Simone Green. Good morning. Yes, and to you too, Jupiter. I'm getting more concerned about my mother. Hearing about that poor lady who drowned frightened me. But she'll turn up. She always does. I've had another breakthrough. This time, I'm certain it's a clue that leads to another hidden part of strange Antiquities. Ooh. Okay. Alright, what do we got for this one? From the individual, a stone for dark purposes. From the celestial, a stone of the earth. From the diurnal, a stone of death. Okay. So, a stone for dark purposes, I reckon, is going to be this bad boy. Because a stone for dark purposes is a bloodstone. And I think that's... well, that's certainly the biggest bloodstone I've got. I think it's the only one. So we'll throw that in. A stone of the earth is... that's the wrong book. Yep. Stone of earth and jade. Stone of earth and nature. We need a jade. I think that's a jade. Dark green gemstone. Why not? A stone of death. And a blue-green Vivanti. Do we have a Vivanti? don't want green, we want blue-green. Oh, I guess we just try all of them. Yep. That's just green, but... Nope. Turquoise. Or we just don't have it yet. Where did that go? Oh. Oh my god. Hang on. A stone for dark purposes. Maybe I got that wrong. Nope. Dark green or black with flecks of red. We've definitely got a stone for a dark purpose. Okay. Stone of the earth is jade. A green jade. Oh, that's a dark green gemstone. Ooh. Okay, hang on a minute. Let's try a green one now. Nope. Pretty sure it was a blue-green anyway, but... Stone of Death. Dark blue-green. Guess not then. Oh. Guess we get... Obi-Wan, Jacob Priestley, thank you for the method. I have seen to the yawning deep. Into the yawning deep, I have seen beauty beyond comprehending mind. The price is steep, but I pay it gladly. My shadow anchor broken, must replace. So we need a shadow anchor. Right. Shadow anchor is sometimes used in the practice of shadow casting, the art of projecting one's presence outside the monument. Without an anchor, mines have been known to become lost. Shadow anchor designs can vary greatly. Some prefer pendants, whereas others prefer clutch a totem in their hands. Some make use of symbology, where others use gemstones. They will always produce a field from the individual branch, however. Okay. The shit is the individual branch? Mentic and Wixic. That, that big giant word that says individual. I'm having one of those days. Right. Mentic or Wixic? Big small triangle. That's Mentic. Okay. Right, so that's really unhelpful. Can I make Wixic? Alright, so wibbly lines makes wibbly lines, or right. I'm looking for either that symbol or that symbol. Whoops, that's backwards. Man. Alright, so we know the symbology we're looking for. Mines. Well, there's only so many things it can be. And it ain't that. Nope. Maybe. Maybe. Ooh. Nothing. Nope. 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 Maybe. Nope. Nope. Okay, so it's going to be one of those three. What is that symbol? That symbol is hypnosis. Thinking hypnosis, maybe. It's got the right thing. Let's find out. No. Okay. Oh, where'd that go? Where'd it go? Oh, down there. That's not you. What do blue gemstones give us? An anchor between body and mind. Yep, okay, so that's this one. The Kyanite gemstones point to the fact that this item anchors the mind. It produces a mentic field. Nice. Nephrogaunt. These were once worn by the necromancers of 5 Knolls, who used them in their rituals of resurrection. Their power became bound to them such that if they were to remove them, even after death, the Nephrogaunt would crumble to dust. Today their power is much diminished, but they can be used to draw out infections. However, they will cause Braxis if held against the best, begin for long periods. Alright, so first things first, let's name that shadow anchor. Which is this one. Go up there. Alright, now, what was that other one? That was a Nephenana. Nephrogaunt. Damn. I was kind of hoping there'd be an image of it. Right, you can head back up there. How you doing, Audrey? You've shown yourself to be a useful ally in these worrisome times. Keep one eye on the lake in the coming days. When blackened eyes seek the casket and waters turn to midnight, perform the sacrament and have faith in Holgar. Okay. sacrament is a baptism ceremony in which one's life is pledged to the warrior god Holgar. It is performed by a blood priest within a stone circle. In spring, a charm of green growth. In summer, a pendant of the yellow sun. In autumn, an instrument of the red night. In winter, a totem of blue fire. Yeah, that's nice, I guess. Well, that crap's starting to pile up. Hey, Dave. I'm afraid this letter was sorted incorrectly and has ended up doing a round trip to Kendall and back. Better late than never. Okay. I spent a long time looking for an object that is believed to have been lost somewhere in the catacombs. The adventurer and thaumaturge Marwyn left a trail to a hidden stash, or so the story goes. I followed it as far as the ossuary of the damned, a chilling, bone-filled alcove carved into a natural chamber in the upper levels, but it seems her markings have been worn away by time after that. I pass on this story to you and hope that you can succeed where I have failed. Your friend, Bartone. The adventurer and thaumaturge Marwyn left a trail to a hidden stash, or so the story goes. I followed it as far as the ossuary of the damned. We found that, didn't we? Maybe? A chilling bone-filled alcove carved into a natural chamber in the upper levels. So I reckon that's going to be that one. But it seems her marking been worn away by time after that. Alright, well, let's go there. I managed to follow Marwyn's trail for a while, but the carved markings are faded and worn by centuries of weathering. By the time I reach the ossuary, I can no longer make them out at all. Fortunately, I've always wanted an excuse to use a Carrick's candle. Alright, Carrick's candle. These items produce an invisible light that peels back the years, allowing us to glimpse past stationary objects. They are marked by a depiction of a candle upon their surface. I really don't think I have something marked by a candle on the surface. This is getting to the point where I don't know that I've got enough stuff. Right, is there anything that I've got? Oh, no, well, these are all a thing, so there wouldn't be these. Unless I got it wrong again, but you know. Where is, well, you know. Alright, so we've obviously got to sort some of these clues. Still got nothing made of silver or gold that does a diurnal field. Hang on, what's a diurnal field? Whoops. Alright, so diurnal field is... that. That is a diurnal field. Nope. Nope. Hey! Castle vaults are blocked by a diurnal seal. It can be opened by an object made from silver or gold that produces a diurnal field. So, that is made of gold and produces a diurnal field. So... what? What current map? What? Oh. Leave. To the vaults. Vaults are blocked by a large iron door. It has no handle or keyhole and does not give the slightest when I pushed against it. I realize it has been thermically sealed, but it's not much help. It is not clear what I need to open it. Yes, it is. I need a key. The door slides open without a sound, as though it has been kept well oiled over the years. Behind it I find a large natural cavern that extends into the rock beneath the castle. Somewhat disappointingly, the walls are lined with racks of whiskey bottles. Are you kidding me? Whiskey bottles! Instead of the rows of artifacts that I was picturing. When I show Edmund, he is delighted and he spends some time examining the dusty shelves. It is not long before he makes a find that I'm surprised I missed. I return to the shop with a spring in my step and a curious item that demands further study. Okay. They can go away. Finally. Right. The Bishop's Square is a simple tool of my great-great-grandfather's devising. Wait a minute. Oops. Oi! Oh well. Let's go get it then. There we go. Right. Oh, hey, here we go. These are lots of symbols. The Bishop's Square is a simple tool of my great-grandfather's devising, loosely based on a Briar's disc. By all accounts, which I think was from the last game. By all accounts, he was an impressive man, but it would seem his mind began to fail him at the end. Perhaps he spent too long studying his Zia. He imagined invisible enemies coming to steal away his most prized possessions, so he began hiding them about the castle, noting their locations in a code that only he understood. Right, blessings in spring, rising in autumn. Okay, so I know what we're doing with this. We're not doing that map. Alright, so Mars in winter, rising in summer. So if Mars is in winter, wait a minute, I think that's winter. Symbology. Yes, winter. Mars in winter. So that is Mars in winter. Rising in summer. Which one's summer? Alright, we're just gonna do this because I could not be asked. Alright. Because my brain does not compute that way. But Mars in winter, rising in summer. The kitchens. The smells and sounds of cooking greet me as I enter the castle kitchens. I feel a little foolish as I try to avoid the cook's glares while following the clues left to me by a mad old man. What was I thinking? I'm not going to find anything here, and yet, on the exact spot where the map leads me, there is something, a floorboard that has been cut and replaced. With a little difficulty, I lift it up and feel around in the cavity below before my fingers grasp something hard. Ooh! A weeping symbol covered stone. Yep, dude. Black substance soot, perhaps. Oh, so he's been put in a fire. Hard and cool. A chalky black residue that coats my fingertips. I have nothing to remark. Okay, so we got that sorted, so I think you will go in there. Let's go back to the castle. So, blessings in spring, rising in autumn. So that was blessings. That one was blessings. The blessings in spring, risings in autumn. That's autumn, yes. The symbols on the map lead me up the winding stair of the North Tower. The pendant has been carefully hidden, but knowing where to look means that it does not take me long, and I am soon on my way back to the shop with a new trinket to add to our growing collection. Ooh, okay. It's a demonic rattle. Bronze wood. Bronze? Weathered and engraved symbol. Well, look, it spins freely. Nothing to remark. Alright, what is that symbol? Oh, hang on. Paralysis. Is it paralysis? No. It's two halves facing inwards, not outwards. Okay, maybe not. It appears to be not a symbol. I mean, it's kind of the opposite of paralysis. The activity? Dunno. I dunna ken. Alright, so that one is now solved. Still don't know about that one. Oh, this is the Marwin hidden stash. This is why I went to do all those other things, isn't it? Because I was looking for a doodad. Alright. That's why I had to go solve all those other puzzles, is because I couldn't solve this one. Carrick's candle. That's something with a candle symbol on it. Nope. Guess not. So for the stuff we just got, we still haven't got a candle. Oh, I should put my kitty back. Well, it shouldn't be any of these, because they've all been identified. Sugar. Hang on a sec, everyone. I will be back momentarily. Can't remember who that was. Okay. And we're back. Carrick's. Yeah, exactly, Tiger. Oops. We still haven't got Carrick's candle. Alright, so we still need that one solved. In spring, a charm of green growth. In summer, a pendant of yellow sun. In autumn... I don't know. I don't know if that's like we're meant to do something else with this, but... Okay, so we still haven't got a Carrick's candle. Which is the thing we're after. We still need to figure out... No, not that one. I think that... Well, we've been doing the bishop's candle, so... Well, this thing. That's the one. We've got to figure those out. I don't know what's going on with that yet. Alright, let's see what else the day brings for us. Pat the kitty so as not to startle little Jupiter. Barton Potter. Mmm. 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 Oh, jeez. Search unwanted memories and manage I find a protection, don't know with the power of maiden mother and triple goddess. Carrick's candle, no. Focus the mind and mana is good enough to use by the hand, magnetic field, cash ability, maybe not. Maybe not. Blood is drawn across the face of the foot 6 times a ritual of the hand prior. Drow huntsmen and those wanting to prove themselves perform the ritual before seeking out the basilisk, because it's the only known way to pierce its thick armor. Nope. To translate state. Precautions should be taken. Nope. Nope. Cracking solid rock. Nope. Connection to the ocean. Keep the boat safe, but they became something more and many lives were saved. Nope. There are so many stairways and spirit eyes, believing them to be a window and others to ride their fear. Another layer that requires something more traditional in a sense to experience. They draw their power from the opposing symbols inscribed on them. Some who say stay away from spirit eyes, believing them to be a window into a world that should not be seen, and others who deride their fear as nothing more than superstition. It is not clear exactly what they do show. Another layer between the visible worlds, perhaps a layer that requires something more than the traditional sense to experience. Wait a minute. So, what's that? No. Alright. So we're not at Spirit Eye. These can be rolled along the tongue to cure Tormund's paralysis or worn about the neck to protect against the curse. Like most items that ward against curses, they emit a diurnic field pattern. Tormund's paralysis. Tormund's bane. Doesn't say. Maybe Tormund's paralysis. Don't know what that is technically. Tormund's bane. Maybe a Tormund's bane. Wait a minute. Let's go to our curses. No. 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 Tormund's paralysis. There we go. Nice. Alright, so we know what we're looking for now. We are now looking for a Tormund's Bane. GG! Right. So, diuronic field pattern is that. So what I'm thinking is it might be this thing. Let's have a look. That is a diurneric field pattern. It has the symbol for the opposite symbol of paralysis. So let's give him that. There we go. Tormund's Bane. This is an item that can be worn around the neck, moving parts so it can be rolled along the tongue, and it produces a diurneric field. Thank you! I don't even know how I managed to get down from Weatherlam. Everything went dark after reading the inscription on the tall stone, but somehow I knew if I made it to Strange Antiquities I would be okay. Through the darkness I received a message from the Nameless Ones. They seek an item called the Naline Casket. If we give it to them, they promise to free those it has infected. I don't think we have a choice. At least we can be certain of one thing: if they have the casket, they will not allow it to be opened. All they desire, all they value is power, and opening the casket would release all of its contained power. Okay. Sure. Now you, little buddy, are Tormund's Bane. Oops. I have a Tormund's Bane. Not actually, you up there, you down there. There we go, that looks prettier. That looks more pretty. Did we get? Did we? Didn't get anything else with green gems. Tried that one. Verona Green with the black eye. The time has come to decide, Thaumaturge. The casket wants to be opened. The casket will be opened. Nothing can stop it now, and yet there is still a part of this mind that will not be quieted. Help me to calm this clamouring rage inside my head. This is your chance to elevate yourself above the scurrying ants that absently crawl through their meaningless lives. Well, that's the abrasive method. What does the abrasive method do? This type of method is used to purge unwanted memories. As with any procedure that can alter the mind, it should be used sparingly and considerately. Methods are typically used in communal ceremonies, designed to be easily passed. Right. Alright, what is a Zephyrum? Zephyrus, god of the west wind. These resonant objects give off a faint odor that will be familiar to any thaumaturge.
Group hug. Ooh. Do you mind if I kiss the monkey? Ooh, careful.
Hey, Don Kiki, welcome to the chat, welcome to the stream. Give off a faint odor that will be familiar to any thaumaturge. It is the scent of the storm, of ozone and power, the scent of magic. When these vapors are inhaled deeply, they can unlock deep wells of anger and channel them into powerful maelstrom. This is the power of the west wind. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty good. We're coming towards the end of stream. Yeah, it's been... We're getting through it, but it's been somewhat more difficult than... Oops. Today has been somewhat more difficult in the puzzle-solving department. How have you been, Kiki? How was your weekend? I want to see what happens if I make her really angry. Oops. I'm sure there's going to be a sentence in there somewhere. You hired people to remove your palm trees. Garden's looking lush. Excellent. Lush garden is awesome. Alright, so that's the Brewing Storm one. So that's going to be the Zephyrum. Let's give her a Zephyrum and see what happens. Gris. For the ritual of the broken path, a gris is heated slowly over flame. To have full effect, it must be held in an ungloved hand until the ritual is complete, no matter how hot it gets. The ritual should not be performed by those who have not studied the Wixic art. It is common to suffer burns, but when done correctly, it should not be painful. Okay. Alright, well, oh, and there's the end of the day. Alright, so this is a Zephyrum. Zephyrim, maybe? Z-E-P-H-Y rim. Z-E-P-H-Y rim. Z-E-P-H-Y rim. Hey, I spelt it correctly. Yay! And the puppies are great. Puppies were very zoomy on the weekends. Yeah, zoomy weekends. Alright, let's just sort out a couple of these things, put them back in there. So there we go, there is the end of day 15. Isn't that nice? My weekend was busy as hell. It was all over the place. Alright, well, there we go. We are actually about 3 minutes off of the 4 hours, so that's a perfect time to stop. We've obviously got a few more things that we need to figure out. We've got to have something with a candle on it. That is weird that we don't have something with a candle on it. Anyway, so for those who were not watching earlier, no worries, Targa. There is a trophy that you put the mask on Jupiter. And it looks... Oh, it's not going to let me do it. Oh, does he need to be awake? Jupiter... Nope. When Jupiter's sitting up, you can put that mask on him, and he looks kind of cool. And I only figured that out from the plushie that they're trying to sell. Go plushie. Yes, there will be a special when my plushie gets here. Be all of 3 seconds and on YouTube, but we will have a plushie. We're gonna have a Jupiter plushie. Jupiter is a great name. It is a great name, especially for a cat. I haven't seen a cat with the... I've seen like plenty of huskies and stuff with the 2 different coloured eyes. I don't think I've ever seen a cat with 2 different coloured eyes. Oh, can happen. There you go. He's said to have heterochromia, condition where the irises are different colours. Oh, look at that one. That's weird. Cool. There is a picture. I'm looking at a picture of a cat where one eye is gold and the other eye is half gold, half blue. That's pretty groovy. Looks like blue and gold. Just looking at the pictures. A variant of blue and a variant of gold seems to be the most common. Huh. Ooh, there's one with both of them are blue and gold. Oh, that's nuts. That looks insane. Alright, I now want a tabby with blue and gold eyes yep, blue and yellow, just like that. I'm just scrolling through pictures of cats with different coloured eyes, and they're all blue and gold. Oh no, there's one with green and blue. Ooh, green and blue. Anyway, there you go. It is a thing. It is a thing in cats. Akira has one blue, white, and one brown. Yeah, like, absolutely, Kiki. I've seen it in dogs, especially in huskies and stuff. Absolutely. Seen tons of pictures of that. But I had never seen pictures of a cat with it. So, there you go. Like little Jupiter. Now I want a cat with a blue and a gold eye. If I could get a brown striped cat with a blue with that and name it Jupiter, that would be awesome. Anyway, let's go back to just chatting. What do I want to do? I want to not hit that button there. Alright, there we go. And we will just turn the sound down briefly. There we go. Ta-da! So there we go, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between. That was a stream. Thank you everyone for joining us and hanging out and lurking and being around. We will continue this next week. Next week will probably be the finale, and we will get the first of whichever ending we get. Yay! We will hopefully, well, at some point after this, we will I will do off stream all the other endings. There were a few questions when we did Strange Horticulture. There were a few questions of how I got to some of those endings. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to include how I got to those endings. So it'll be just the endings and how we got there. So yeah, they'll just be choose this sort of thing, and then we will have the ending just the same as we did with Strange Horticulture. So that will be, yes, that's next week. Tomorrow evening we'll be doing some more Parlia. I've done a heap of background work. We've got a ton of stuff to do with Parlia. There are several romance quests that we've got. We've got Einar's level 5 friendship quest ready to go. I think we've got Subira and Reth. I think we've got two of their, well, one each of their romance quests. Maybe a gel too. We'll see how that goes. Then we've got the next lot of furniture that we are ready to make and decorate the furniture place, the furniture house. So we'll see. We'll get all that done. Then what? Then stuff and things. That's Wednesday. Thursday we'll be in the kitchen. Maybe we'll definitely be doing something again from the CWA cookbook. Maybe a soup, maybe a not. We will see how we go. Then on Friday, I have no idea. There may be a game. There may not. I don't know. We might do. There's a couple of small games that I want to do that are just nice and easy. A nice easy thing. For example, I would like to do the Room 3, and the Room 4. So we might do like the Room 3 one Friday, Room 4 next Friday, something like that. We'll see. But there are a couple of little games that I just want to play on stream to get done as a stream. Kiki started Portal. Nice. CWA is the best cookbook, right? It's a bit of fun. And, we can advertise for the CWA. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, so that'll be on Friday. There will be something. There will be a stream on Friday. And then we go all the way around to next Tuesday, where we will probably be finishing off Strange Antiquities. So, I know I'm getting a little frustrated with some of the puzzles, but I am very much still enjoying myself. It's just the right level of frustration for most of them. There was that one today. But for most of them, it's just that right level of frustration where when you figure it out, you still get that sense of accomplishment rather than the, oh my God, thank God that's over. So I'm still enjoying it, even though there is that little bit. So yeah, hopefully we will see everyone tomorrow evening. Hopefully we will see Kevin tomorrow evening as well. All the love to your H, just hoping that Kevin decides to at some point wander back into your house and be Kevin. So yeah, hopefully we'll see everyone tomorrow. If we don't, we'll see you when you see it. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye!
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over. Don't forget to check the description for any links I may have left there. If you like the video, please press like or subscribe to my channel. Next video in the series is up here. Until then, stay safe, have fun.